Hey there, Gemini Sun, Gemini Moon, Gemini Rising. Welcome to your Mercury in retrograde reading. I'm doing them a little bit early, not really that much, concerning what's going on. And I'm doing them for a specific reason. So please do not freak out because Mercury is in retrograde. It is actually a great opportunity. You have a lot of advice that came through. I feel like this is primary and this is secondary, so we'll kind of look at it that way. But there's a lot happening here. So at the time of the new moon that we just had in Aries, Venus was at 5 degrees, 5 and a little bit of she was actually at like 538, I think, of Taurus, which is where this retrograde period starts. And then Uranus was at 16 degrees, which is where the retrograde period ends. And so that's what really matters. What were you thinking about? What did you want to initiate? What did you want to start? What are you thinking about right now? Right now. Like, what is this thing that's really driving you, that's really important? Because at 5 degrees of Taurus, we have what is the pink diamond energy. This is the energy in the heart, which your heart is on fire. You're just driving you to want to manifest and create something. And it's something that is tested and the fire clarifies it and it makes it strong and lasting and enduring. And so it's something that you really want to do and you really want to manifest. And at 16 degrees of Taurus is the energy of the alchemy. It's the energy of polarity and alchemy, of pulling things together that seem to be different from each other and putting them together in a way that manifests and creates something new. And so what attracts you? What draws your attention to it? And what can you do to create something that's new and different? And so right now, as I'm recording this video, Venus is currently going through these degree points. And so these are the things that are already coming to your mind. And Mercury enters into Taurus on the 3rd of April, and Venus exits and moves into your sign of Gemini on the 10th. And so the conversation gets picked up by Mercury once he gets there, and really tries to bring this energy through. And so this is why now is important, because you'll want to start working on it. It's writing it down, doing the research, making a phone call, setting an intention, something for this right now. You want to do this now because Mercury goes into a shadow period on Friday the 7th of April. And so retrograde begins on the 21st, stations direct on May 14th, clears the shadow during your sun sign season, June 1st. And so this energy is all moving things forward. And it's like if we get on board now and we start now, then we can adequately and efficiently use the energy of Mercury in retrograde to create a plan, to revise a plan, to go over it. And so by the time the sun is shining on you and all that energy is there, and Venus will have already moved through your sign. Well, actually, she'll be in your sign still at the time that Mercury clears shadow. She's there for another couple days after that. And then you can just really burst this whole thing forward and really move things and progress. And so now is the time to figure out what it is you want. Ooh, bonus card. Okay, so let's see what's going on here. Ooh, look at this. The key to the situation is strategy. The strategy is knowing what it is that you want. How about right side up? Figuring out what you want. We have the fox. He sees the fish. Fish represents abundance. He sees what he wants. Retrograde in Taurus, Mercury in Taurus is definitely about figuring out commerce and how to manifest and create things of value and how to communicate that. And so he's using strategy. So strategy, that's a key. All of these cards of communication here. Wow. So I'm recording this video while the moon is in Gemini, and I always love recording when the moon is in Gemini because I feel like I talk better. You may not agree with that. Like everything flows really fast. All right, so here, what are you seeking? You've been seeking the guidance. We have the card of the star, but look, he's using a sextant, which is to figure out where we are and where we want to go. So setting your direction and everything. And so you've been thinking about this. Your idea is different and unique, but it needs to be different and unique. Right now, everybody needs to start differentiating, right? And so what can you do that's unique and different? And so the fact that whatever it is that you're looking at, we've got these 3 birds sitting there. So this is communication. These 2 are really showy on this one. This one is not quite as showy, but has a prettier song. And so there's this energy of being willing to stand out in the crowd, and that can make you a little uncomfortable. That can make you a little uncomfortable. It's in the energy of what's draining you, is this feeling of not quite fitting in, and it's creating the sense of, I'm not sure I really connect, because here we have this the contract here in the area of the obstacle. So either there is a contract that you are connected to, because it's a ring, so it could be a job, it could be a marriage. Wow. It could be a commitment that you made to somebody or some group, or it could be a group of friends that you've just always been with, and so there's this connection, this commitment, right? But there's some kind of a change or shift. There's something about that connection that is an obstacle. It's the mountain. The overall energy, though, is the sun. I honestly think this has got a lot to do with once the sun moves into your sign, how things just really seem to kind of clear and dissipate. But this is also a card of clarity. And I do believe that this is an opportunity to really create the clarity that we want. But we have this long-awaited change in what you're anchoring the energy into. And so I think the clarity for sure comes in once Mercury has cleared its shadow, and the sun is shining in your sign. We have the card of sacrifice, of burden here in the area of the action to take. And so there's something that has to be released and let go of. I think there's a breaking of some kind of a contract, either an unwritten contract or a written contract. There's an emotional contract. There could be a soul contract. There's something where it's time to let go so you can move forward and you can move on. And how do you transform the situation? We have the feminine energy of receptivity, and she's using a pendulum. And so this is really getting in connection with your spirit guide team. This is a pendulum, in case you don't know. I use one a lot. It's really great for helping to decide. I don't move it. It moves itself on its energy. And so it's actually, for me, this is the yes direction. This is also the energy clearing direction. And so I feel like it's for you clearing energy. So we're just going to let it roll while it's doing that. Okay, and so then here in the energy of, here we have this written contract here, the energy of the letter here, but it's also like an accounting. And so in the resources, energy of resources, there's a need to get into the details. To get into the details of where your energy is. So where are you spending time, money, emotional investment. And I say that, thank you, Spirit. I say that because we have this this woman card, but she's the rich one. This is the poor one. Well, not as wealthy. I hate to say poor. She could be rich in a lot of other ways, right? But she's not dressed as the same, and she is definitely trying to manifest, and this one has manifested. In the area of resources, there's a need to take an accounting of what you have manifested. Where are your resources right now? What do you have right now? Where is it at? Do you know where all your stuff is? Do you know where all your money is? Do you know where all your, whatever you're building, your paperwork, whatever you get, there's a need to know where your stuff is. It's really strong. I don't usually get such a strong energy off that. Okay. So if you're going through some kind of a contract negotiation or renegotiation or something, knowing if you're asking for a raise, having the paperwork to back up what you've been successful in. There's something about getting your paperwork in order. Of course, we are coming up on tax season, so there you go. In your heart, this is birds of a feather flocking together. This is you finding the community that you are comfortable in. And so I do think that there's some kind of a situation where here's a community draining your energy that you were not comfortable in. Here's the energy of the community that you are. So some of you, this is a job change. There's a transfer. But we have this long-awaited change, and it's flying over this cross. I don't know if you can see it down there, right? It's the change. It's the ability to move on and move past whatever this is. And so it's something, the energy that's coming in. You have Okay, so we have the healing combined with the Knight of Pentacles. So it is a slow moving forward. This card here says to pay attention to the details. Meticulous attention to details. I'm telling you, there is a need to really know where your stuff is. Like whatever information you need, if you're applying for a loan, if you're applying for a scholarship, if whatever, there's some, whatever, it feels legal, or around the job, but there's a need to know where your money is or where your paperwork is. It does encourage kindness to others. It says cautious but wise action, and then we have this healing energy of moving forward to calmer waters, right? And supported by spirit. So positive changes are on their way. A welcomed relief from troubled times. This is troubled times right here, and traveling or relocating. So you know, whatever it is, right? Setting your course for this travel, this relocation of either a job or where you actually physically live. There's a lot of reasons to be into the strategy. And so on the ramping up energy toward this Mercury in retrograde, already having done, if you are moving or changing jobs or anything, oh, and during Mercury retrograde, of course you want to double check, right? All of the details, meticulous attention to details during a retrograde period, super important, right? And so making sure you know where everything is. And so starting now to get yourself organized, get yourself ready for the thing that you want to go in, because the sun is shining here. You're moving toward that. Now let's take a look at this huge pile that came out. So we have a 7 of Winter, which is similar to a 7 of Swords. It says there is a better choice in not seeing things clearly and running away from the truth. And so there is a need here to move away from a situation, move toward healthier energy. Right. Okay. I feel like this is the passing energy, and this is an energy of now, because here we have the 7 of Winter, then the 8 of Winter, telling you if you will believe in yourself, you have what it takes, and you can move forward, and that you're not powerless. Then we have this Prince of Winter, right? The Prince of Winter, which is be like a Knight of Swords. Seek out intellectual solutions to your problems, and the need to act quickly and decisively in sudden or unexpected changes. This is the energy that has happened. There was things are not as they seem. You're feeling a little stuck, and then I feel like some kind of a tower moment came in, and really all of a sudden the clarity hit, and now you're moving forward, but slow and steady, right? Slow and steady is going to win the race here. We have the card of renewal, the card of judgment that came with these, and so whatever it was, the clarity came in, and you know, review the past and the present so you can plan a bright new future, understanding your life purpose and releasing judgment of yourself and others. That is this healing process. Okay, so in this energy here, you have the energy of gratitude and refinement. One's a rose and the other one looks like, oh, it's a dahlia. But look how pretty those are. That is that pink diamond fire. That is the pink diamond fire, right? The refinement. So refinement is when you've narrowed it down to, you know, the sharpest point, right? And so the fire is almost like burning away all the negative energy, and it's refining it and bringing it into this thing, and gratitude. Gratitude with the pink rose. Showing the love and the gratitude to yourself and to others. Being grateful for the experiences, even if they were difficult, because you learned something and you grew. That's super important, right? And the North Node has now, by the time we get to the middle of June, after all this has happened, the North Node will be moving into Aries. And that's when it's time to start moving out of the integration period into the taking action period. And so this refinement, this knowingness, this laser sharp, diamond pointed energy of knowing from the heart, because it's pink, what it is that you want to manifest and to create. Yeah, there's an ending of that's happening or happened, and you're clearing up the aftermath of, is what it feels like. This feels like the past, and you're moving through that energy. So you have the declutter and have the courage to ask for and accept the help. So, decluttering emotionally, physically, mentally, spiritually, financially. Ask for the help you need. Ask for the guidance. Ask Spirit to send you the person or people that you need, the information that you need. What do you need, right? Seeking the clarity on how to set sail in the direction that you're supposed to go. There's a change that is definitely coming. And using this period of Mercury in retrograde to clear away, to declutter, to refine your life, to redefine. Oh, that's interesting. To redefine where your goals are and to get the information and knowledge. And so this is a clearinghouse time for you. If you are a Gemini rising, this is happening in your 12th house. It is the wrapping up, the completing of cycles. It is the decluttering and the ending to have that fresh start that comes in with the sun moving into your sign. And then Mercury will be moving into your sign, and Venus is in your sign at the time that this is happening. And so, yeah, there's a lot of new energy coming in. And so this is the completing of one situation and the pinpoint clarity of where it is that you want to go from here. And I think that's what you use this energy of Mercury in retrograde to do, to figure out what exactly it is that resonates in the heart space, that makes you feel at home with in your heart, and also within whatever group situation you find yourself in moving forward. So, great opportunity for change coming up. All right, I hope you guys found that helpful. If you do, please let me know if it resonates in the comments. Thanks for your likes and your shares. And I'm on Facebook every day. I look at the energy of the day, and we pull cards. And when I record like I did this week in Gemini with the moon in Gemini, it's a little chatty. You can always tell. If it's a Taurus, it's like really slow. I don't say a lot. I notice this and it makes me laugh. All right, Gemini, you guys have a great Mercury retrograde. Use it productively, and I'll see you on the other side.